we have a tremendous following on our YouTube channel. So we try to make sure that we record everything, and what a great day to record, because this is really an exciting moment. So this session that we're doing, it's the first time we've done anything like this, brings together the captains and the most valuable players from the 2022 United States versus United Kingdom Genud Cup, which pitted the women's teams against each other in this amazing event that's named after Lee Genud, who won the Backgammon World Championship in Monte Carlo in 1981. It was really an exciting moment back then, and the cup is named after her. So the U.S. won this past year in a fiercely contested event. It was very close, but we pulled it out at the last minute. And today's session's providing another opportunity to showcase the 4 of the best women players from those 2 countries. And I'm just going to quickly run through each of the 4 players. And I'm not going to list the credentials, because each one of you has credentials from master classes to winners of this, that, and everything. And so I'm going to skip that because we'd like to get right to the match. But we're going to start with Cecilia Sparke Rogers from the United Kingdom. If you could wave, Cecilia, would be grateful. Cecilia learned to play backgammon as a child with her dad, as do many of us. In her early 30s, she joined the Bristol Backgammon Club and started to take backgammon more seriously. And then she met and married Chris Rogers, who's an MBAB Master Class 1, and started playing regularly in international tournaments and chouettes with players, which she attributes to her improvement in the game, which is a lesson for us all. So welcome to you, Cecilia. And then we have Julia Hayward from the United Kingdom, who's waving to us now. And she started playing in 1978 during her university years, and then took a break to raise 3 children. She picked up the game in 2009 online and started going back to tournaments soon after, as well as directing several of them. So she set up the Cambridge Town Club and League, and now is involved with running Mind Sports Olympiad, as well as the United Kingdom Backgammon Federation. So, thanks for your giving back as well, Julia. For those of us who are back in the game, giving back is so important to everything that we're doing. I think we've got some people in the waiting room. We're going to let them in now. So, all right. And then we have Irina Litzenberger. Irina, if you could give a wave, that would be great. And Irina was the finalist in the 2022 Online Women's National Championship with 1 million of accomplishments to boot. So, Irina, thanks for being here today. And of course, Karen Davis, my co-founder at Women in Backgammon. And she is well known for her expertise over the board and her leadership roles. Again, somebody who's given a huge amount back to the backgammon community. So welcome to you as well. And now I'm going to introduce our commentator. We are really lucky to have Chris Bray here today. Columnist, book author, major player, major competitor. Chris, thank you so much for being here. If you want some of Chris's books and stuff that he's doing, please make sure that you go to our website where the books will be available for you to purchase. So thanks for being here. I'm going to turn it over to Chris, and Chris is going to take it from here.
Thank you very much. Welcome to everybody who's listening. This is going to be an interesting experience. I'm commentating from the luxury of my study in London, where it's just past 6 o'clock in the evening. So hopefully my accent won't confuse anybody. But I've spotted already there are some UK listeners on, so that'll be good. So we're now going to play, or the lady's going to play a 9-point match. They're using quite a long time limit, so it's 15 seconds per move and 3 minutes per point. So hopefully that should be enough time to make all the decisions. We're about to go, we're using heroes to do this, which is most people play on either Heroes or Galaxy. I have a personal preference for Heroes, but that's just because I like the graphical user interface a little bit better. But both are fine, and there's an ever increasing emerging number of alternative platforms that you can use. I'm conscious that we've got players of very different standards listening this evening, so I'll try and balance my commentary across the range. That's not always possible given the speed of play in these things, but anyway, we will give it a go. I'm going to share my screen with you shortly when we start, so you'll be able to see the match. Hopefully in observer mode, you'll be able to see a feed of the moves on the right-hand side as well. And we'll point out aspects of that as we go through. So if one of you would now, the women actually competing will go to the breakout room and get ready, and they will set up the game. So if you would like to do that now, that would be great. And then I will start the observer element from my screen, and then I will share my screen with you.
Just a reminder to everyone that if you have a question, please put it in the comments section. I'll be monitoring that and be putting those questions out to Chris. So any questions, he's happy to answer them. And then secondly, when you come in, please make sure you're muted. We need to make sure people are muted. So thank you for that as well.
So we're going to be looking at Plata versus Sparke. So Plata for the US team, Sparke for the UK team. So as soon as the game is set up, I will start to observe. I will then tell them they can start, and off we will go. So I'm just waiting for the game to appear. I can't see it yet. It'll probably take a moment or two just to get together in the breakout room. So they can't hear me, I can't hear them. I'm not quite sure who's doing the inviting, but it's still not there at the moment. So hold on. Commentating on backgammon is quite an art, and ideally, in a perfect world, you have two commentators and an XG feed. It's quite difficult doing it as a single person. I've practiced and practiced. Hang on, I've just seen the game. So now I'll observe, which I will do. I will now share my screen through Zoom. Share my screen, Heroes. Let's just confirm everybody can see that.
Yep.
Controller, are we good?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay, so I will now give the go for the match. Oops. Observer chat. So they can start. We have the UK team at the bottom and the US team at the top. So UK are black, US are white. Fairly standard opening with a 2-1 and a fairly standard reply with a 5-2. You'll see the moves appear on the right-hand side. So, as ever in backgammon, you should take your time. Backgammon is a very difficult game to play, and very few people can play it well very quickly. So I always advise people to take their time. So here, the UK team have got a holding position and the US team have got a running position. So making the inner board point is going to be better than making the 9-point. Inner board points are better than outer board points. So first decision for the US team, are they going to run? So the pit count is very close. So this leaves 21 shots. So the question is that the right game plan? So you should always have a game plan. That game plan changes dependent upon the dice. So they can hang back by staying on the ace point and just starting their 5-point, or they can make a run for it. The problem with making a run for it is then the next move will have to be played, safetying that checker. So the right play would have been just to hang back and slot the 5-point. So now we've got a 2 and a 1. The UK team, they will hit and lift only because it's playing 8-7 would be too risky. Now the US team have embarked upon a running strategy. So now they're only leaving a single shot plus 6-3. And now the UK team are going to take 19-pip lead in the race with that double 5. So unless the US team rolls well, the UK will be doubling next time. So let's see. So 6 and 1. So it's now a 12-pip race. So it's going to be a borderline double, no double. They are 10% ahead in the race. So they decided to take a roll. So again, probably just 1 pip away from a double. So 4-2, you start to make the point. UK team gained 2 pips there. So now this is pretty certain to be a double. The question is, will they double? So, as Paul McGreal once said, your errors with the doubling cube will never compensate for good checker play. So doubling cube is the most important thing on the board. And Moshi's rule is that you take 12 seconds to think about every doubling decision. This to me looks correct. This is going to be a double and take. So there's plenty of, and they have dropped, so I think they've just dropped what was a perfectly feasible take. I haven't got time to go back and analyze that, so we're now going into game 2. So the beginner's move here is to hit twice. So if you there's a stick rice has got a set of rules that you follow for how to reply in the opening rule, and the only roll you ever hit 2 checkers with on your first response is 4-1. So this is perfectly good for probably running away, duplicating 3s, which is fine. So another good roll from the UK, hit and cover, easy to play. Now what happens? 4 and 1. So now you get a decision as to where to come in. So they are going to be level in the race. They can come in on the 4-point and come up. You can come in on the 4-point and play 24 to 23, which puts pressure on black checkers on the 8-point. You can come in and duplicate. So this is both, all of these plays are perfectly valid. They need to be thought through. You can also come in on the ace-point and play 13 to 9, because at the moment black is outboarding white. Okay, so that's a very small error. So now the option of hitting twice becomes valid because of the loose white blot on white's 5-point. So if they hit twice, this takes a tempo. This play allows hit and cover. So you can do this as well. I would hit twice. Don't forget, commentators can be wrong just as well as the players.
Chris, we've got a question on the floor. Where did you get 12 seconds and why?
That's Moshi's rule. So he said you must take at least 12 seconds to, because the doubling cube decisions are so important, don't rush. It might look obvious, but take your time, think, check, and then do something with the cube. Okay, now I'm just going to flick back and look at that 13 to 10, 6 to 4, and hitting twice was the correct move. Okay, purely because of the white blot on the 5-point. Now white has fanned. Right, so now this is a very strong double. 11 pips up in the race, stronger board, threat, gammon potential. Right? So based on what they did on the first game, I think they're going to pass, which is probably the right decision anyway, yeah, which it is. And now we're into the 3rd game. So now when you're winning, you split with 4-3 and 3-2. If you're losing, you drop 2 checkers down. So that's the correct play with the 4-3. 5-1, there's not going to be a lot of choice. Can split at the back, that's fine. Now, when you're winning a match, you play for advanced anchors and simple positions. When you're losing a match, you play for blitzes and priming. So here, again, there's a choice. You can play, do this, so taking an asset is normally stronger than threatening to take an asset. So this is another alternative, and white's hitting numbers are duplicated, but I don't like this play because you're then left with one rear checker. So I like this play. But the second choice for me would be 21 to 10. But an asset is an asset. It's never going to disappear. Well, not until the end game anyway. They take the time to think about it, but think of a plan. I don't think this can be far wrong, even if it is wrong, but this would be my play. And it's the right play. Now, double six is going to be fun. You're going to play 13 to 7 with 2. Now, you either take a tempo by hitting on the ace point, or you play purely and make the 2 point. When you make this sort of play, you look at what your opponent has got by way of an attack. Black has 9 checkers in the attack zone, which runs from the ace point to the 11 point. 11 checkers is a threat. So this alternative play takes a tempo from black, and 4 times out of 36, black will stay on the bar. So this is pure. The question is, can they afford the pure play? Notice also that white has both their 2 point and their 8 point, which is not a good structure. That play was fine. Now 6-1. So again, because everything else doesn't really do much, so they could safely play 13 to 6, they can make the bar, but that leaves lots of shots. They've got 2 exposed checkers. I don't like this play. You don't want 6 checkers on your 6 point. This runs away, but you're racing when behind. So I would play the more aggressive 8-2 to 1. And that wins the prize, but good roll from white. Now, how do you play it? In with 2. You can hit twice or you can hit once. You can hit outside or you can hit inside. So personally, I'd make the 4 point. It's another inboard asset. That blot on the 8 point's likely to be there for a while. 4-6, and now this will be a double from white. And this is the big pass because white is ahead in position, threat, and race. And black hasn't got an anchor, lose lots of gammons. Black is also leading 2-0. So this will absolutely be a pass. You could ask whether it's too good to double. Again, we can look at this. And it was, in fact, too good to double. They should have played on. The biggest error that I see in match play from most people is they forget that it's not money play and that you can win an undouble gammon. So they could easily have taken a roll there to determine whether they should play on for a gammon. There was very little risk in doing that. So it's 2-1 to the UK at the moment. 5-3 is pretty clear. You're going to hit. Now black wants to make an anchor somewhere. Okay, so anchor established, mission accomplished. And now for white, 3 safe. So white is playing fundamentally a running game because they're 12 pips ahead. This is fine. 6-1 will make the bar. So early skirmish. Now the question will be how this develops. So 2 and 1. You can't play it safely. So what do? You've got 2 big stacks that need developing. I think 13 to 11, 6 to 5 might have been the stronger play. It triplicates for 4s. So I don't like 6 to 3. If I'm doing this, I want to play 13, 11. I've got 6 checkers on my midpoint, which are not working for a living. The backgammon is fundamentally a representation of war, and you need your soldiers on the field of battle. This duplicates 3s, so a reasonable attempt. I would have just tried for a little bit more, but this is okay. 5-2, so not going to hit. Going to play 13 to 8 with 5. It's an 8-pip race, so you're probably just going to play 24, come up with a back checker. 24, 22. Do you need to do this? 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. I would view that as a slight overplay. You're winning match, so you're not looking for positions with many blots. So certainly this would be my play. I'm pleased to see that the other move was at least considered. But I don't like the 4 blots. I don't like this either, because now you're putting a checker out of play, and if you're going to start the ace point, you'll want to make it. So they've got plenty of time on the clock. So in general, in backgammon, you need to be aggressive with how you conduct yourself. I still like this play, leading at 2-1. So let's see. They are taking some time over this. So the clock is on the left-hand side of the board, as is the score. Okay, so that turned out to be the right play. 5-3, white will make the point. But black has the defensive comfort of the bar point anchor. So even after this, 6-6, staying on the bar, white has got a 12-pip lead, but has got an awful lot of work to do to win the game. Are there any market losing sequences? So that's something you should always ask yourself if you're considering double. I don't know whether Kent Goulding's listening today, but he would advise you to check everything before you make your decision. I think actually it was Bill Roberti around Kent said, give yourself a good move and then give your opponent a slightly poor move, and then ask whether that position would be double and pass. Here, if white rolled 5-1 and made the 5 point, which is excellent, and black just came in with a 1. Hello, what's going on? Did I miss a move? Oh, 4-2, sorry. Right. So, right. Hitting would not be the right idea here. I don't think. That's 1, 2, 3. There's an awful lot of return shots when your opponent's got a 3-point board. This is valid. I might even consider bar 24, 8-6 here. Black has got nothing at this point in time. So basically, again, think of it in war terms, they need to regroup. But bar 23, 8-7 is good. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. So now, does white have enough to double? So he's got a 15-pip lead in the race. He's got a stronger board. Has got some market losing potential because now they have a 3-point home board, and were they to point on black and black were to fan, or they make 3-point and black does nothing, then they have a strong position. So this is very much worthy of consideration as a double.
We're lucky to have Kit Woolsey with us today. He's going to join for a couple of comments he might want to make.
Okay, fine. Yeah. 5-1, you just make the 5-point. I think the 5-point is just so strong that you want to make the 5-point. This is Falafel's rule. If you make the 5-point, make it and worry later about what else you might have done.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Ken.
Chris is doing such a good job. I probably can't say very much here.
Join the party.
Yeah.
So making the 5-point turned out to be wrong. That's quite interesting. I haven't got time to analyze it now, but we'll look at it later. So black is going to run away, obviously, off the 23 point.
Yeah, this play is clear. It does everything black wants to do.
Yeah, and this is the wrong play.
getting that back checker out is just
the back checker has to go. So after the play, the race is going to be relatively equal. This is another play. That back checker's got to go. Right, that's 2. If you do this, then you're starting the ace point. Why not take it?
Feels a little better to me to go to the midpoint, but probably not a big deal.
Yeah.
I really like making the 3-point.
Well, the only problem about staying on the bar point is you've got to clear it later. it'd be difficult for black to conduct a blitz with white having such a strong board.
But the difference is by making the 3-point, not only is the 3-point, you prevent white from escaping the last back checker in one roll, and that is very important.
Yeah, I learned that one. Well, I knew it, but it was reinforced very strongly by Bill Roberti's latest book on the opening, which I recommend that everybody should read. So the last checker must pay to leave. So now we're in a sort of holding game position, and there'll just be a little bit of shuffling of checkers until someone rolls a double or does something pretty exciting. Black will build a board, white will play safely.
This looks right for black.
Yeah. There are no shot leaving numbers.
Now notice in this position, black should not be afraid to leave the midpoint. It's not an important point anymore. Black wants to bring those two checkers into play and build the board. The checkers on the bar point are quite sufficient for contact. Now, this might be right.
Ooh,
Giving the 3-shot now.
It does give a 20, it's only it's a 28 pip lead, and there's a blot in black's board, and if black doesn't roll a 3, the game will be over. This is a pay me now, pay me later position.
I think it's right to pay now because black's board is so weak.
Yeah, I would join the pay now club. So
black's going to improve.
Yeah, black will improve. Black
difficult.
Yeah, I would agree, Kit. Absolutely.
If black had a stronger board, like black had this 5-point made in addition, then I would pay later. I think that's the deciding factor.
The key thing is that they have at least seen the move. So the worst error in backgammon is never to see a move as a possibility. So I think this is a good play.
I like it also.
Let's see what they do. Okay, still plenty of time on the clock, and they've made the play now. Here we go, 5-6. So this is the end of the game.
This is easy double pass.
Double pass, and it will then be 2-all. Yeah. So there is no way that the UK team will take this. Okay, excellent. 2-all in the match to 9. So effectively now 7-point match. Standard opening 6-3. Now again, Stick Rice has his rules for this. If you hit with a 6, you split with the 2. If you hit with the 1, then the other checker comes down. So,
and the reason for that rule is with the stripped 8-point, you need more ammunition in the front.
So, ooh, not a good time to fan. You'll see in the analysis on the right-hand side that the 13-11, 13-7 was slightly incorrect, so Stick's rules are correct. You can get a copy of those from anybody. I've got copies of anybody.
This is not enough to double yet, because even if white makes a good point and black does nothing special, it still won't be a market loss, or will be at worst a very small market loss.
I would agree.
This is certainly
what do we got?
special.
This is a fun play.
I think you have to hit. Just
would you? I think 2 could be splitting there. We might as well split while the going's good.
Yeah, I think that's right. Although assets are valuable.
Yeah.
13-11 does strip the midpoint. I slightly prefer splitting here.
All right, what did they roll? So 2 in now, obviously white was 3 and 1.
That's easy.
That was easy, yeah. So now what have we got? We've got black with a slight lead in the race, but white with a slight lead in position.
I would make the offensive 5-point. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I missaw the roll.
Right, 5-2. This looks pretty straightforward. I'm not going to hit. I'm just going to drop another checker down.
Right, no need to hit here.
No. Preserve the lead in the race, and let's see how the position develops. Okay, no, I don't like this plan.
With white having made the bar point, and not having the 9-point, anchoring on the 3-point is much stronger than usual, because you're prepared to escape and you're stopping white from doing any real damage.
Yeah,
I think this play is very clear.
yeah, I like this. One of the things, if you watch any of the, I'll come to that in a minute after this. So this is
That's
clear as well.
That's clear. That's easy. Now
Yeah.
we have a mutual holding game. Very common sort
And
of position.
another poor roll here. So
I'd hate to say it, but I might be right to pile everybody on
Yeah.
the eight
So the
point.
race is
I'm not
close.
sure.
13 to 8, 10 to 8 is the other play that Kit is talking about. Do you gain enough from the hit? Now you've got 6 checkers on the 6 point again with this option. The other play, you get 6 checkers on the 8 point.
Yeah, I mean, making the 5 point act, even if you get away with it, it actually doesn't help black that much.
Yeah, I think if you're going to leave a checker in the inner board, you want to play 6 to 1 to clear the white checker and create some space. Now you do 10 to 8 if you do this.
Yeah, this might be right. I don't really know.
No, that's one of the great things about backgammon. You play for 40 years and you still don't know. It's great. So I've got a marginal preference for the hitting play here. So let's see. But Mishi's latest book, Mishi Kageyama's latest book, might push you towards 13 to 8, 10 to 8 as well.
It's still very awkward for the future.
Yeah.
We have a question from the floor. In a 9-point match like this, what is your doubling strategy? Does it change when the match is higher or lower in points?
It's not a question of how long the match is. It's how many points both you and your opponent have to go. That's all you're looking at.
Yeah. So at the moment, doubling strategy is not influenced hugely by the score because it's 2-2 and there's still 7 points to go. It will get more interesting later. I had a quick look at the analysis that Heroes provides, and the right play with that 5-2 was to hit on the ace point. Now let's have a look where we got to. About 20 for 1 hit. So now what do they think? They think who's on roll? Plata's on roll? Yeah. So US team are on roll and thinking of doubling, presumably, or else they would have rolled.
I'm sorry, who's on roll here?
White is on roll.
White is on roll?
That's their clock is going down.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good way to see. This is a great roll. White did not have a double, but if he knew he was going to roll this, that would be another story.
They would have doubled. Hello.
Whoa,
No, you've got to hit twice.
Hit the second checker, not even close. This is
This
huge.
is very easy to play.
And basically, if black doesn't roll a 5, white wins.
Now double 2.
Well, I'll double 2 to work also.
Okay. Now you're going to just make the 20 point. Yeah.
Now the game continues. Black has
This could be a long game now.
This looks clearly right to me. I wouldn't even consider anything else.
Yeah, nothing else need apply. And they certainly can't be thinking of doubling this. There's virtually no market losing sequences here. Presumably they're having a chat about it, but even so, right, 4 and then 6. You probably
market losing. White isn't even winning particularly.
No, indeed. That looks like the right play of the 6.
I'm inclined to run out.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure.
We can differ. That's fine. I just like this because it duplicates 2s. It starts an inner board point.
Except it's the outer board you really want to make,
Yeah.
and you want to get. And if black hits, you'd rather him hit from the 20 point rather than the 23 point.
Okay. And this time Kit was well right and I was well wrong, looking at the analysis. So now then, 4.
I think I'd split the back checkers.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure about that.
So if you hit with a 4, this gives you more attackers on the block on the 21 point. And you haven't got the timing at the moment for a back game. And if you are hit, you can probably re-establish one of the anchors anyway. So I have a
Well,
preference.
an interesting play might be a hit and 6-5. That puts the checker on the 6 point where it belongs. And if you get hit back, so what? It wouldn't surprise me if that's correct. And whether I do it at the table or not, yeah, actually, I think I would.
Okay, well, let's wait for the move to be complete, and then we'll see what the
It's
sort of
very
single.
important to see plays like this. I mean, whether it's right or not, it's very easy to just, that's just not a play you make, but it is a play you make in this position.
But it's something that people have only made since computers came in the main. There were players who did this stuff before, but it suggested play is what's known as double tiger. So you leave 2 blocks in your home board. If you hit, it doesn't matter, you just go around again. But if you're not hit, you get a big advantage. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, advantage exactly.
So the correct move was to split at the back, according to the computer. Okay. So,
Wouldn't surprise me.
yeah. But your suggested play was only slightly wrong. Now, oh, double 6. That's an ugly roll. So we're going to have to.
No, it's not
basically
entirely ugly.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. I wouldn't throw it back. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, this play looks clear. I don't even see
this,
playing.
I mean,
there's
this looks horrible.
Yeah, this isn't even worth considering.
Yeah. No. So again, your checkers need to talk to each other throughout the game, throughout the match.
And now this roll changes the entire complexion of things. Okay,
Yeah.
hit and spring it back out. That's clear.
Okay.
Yeah, the double 6 changed the whole complexion.
Yeah.
This changes it again. Yes,
But now that's a
definitely
great roll.
definitely better than hitting, I think.
Absolutely.
You really want the 20 point. You really don't want the 23 point.
So now you've got a mutual holding
So
position.
everybody's safe is clear. Yeah.
Yeah. So both sides will try to play safely and build strong points.
Black will be asking the question, if black rolls a 3, do you move up or not? This will be largely dependent on how far behind black is in the race. If black's well behind, you should stay back. If the race is moderately close, you should come up. Slotting the 4 point, why not?
Yeah, start another point. So basic theory.
You don't want to make this commitment now, I don't think.
I wouldn't come up. I would slot the 4 point. The basic theory of mutual holding games is slot cover, and wait for a double. And you need to make the points in order by.
But the big question is that ace, is it right to come up? It prepares to escape with a 6, but it gives less coverage if you need the coverage.
Again, the computer likes the play that was made. It does give us 6 for out later on.
Well, I think it's maybe the race is close enough to justify that. I'm not sure.
Okay.
What is it? Huh?
Well, this is an awkward roll. You're probably going to play 13 to 5.
Yeah. Why would you make it more awkward than it needs to be?
This is really ugly, so that's not the right idea.
It's not that ugly. I mean, I don't like stripping the 8 point. That's for sure. That's the one thing I don't want. You want those spares on the 8 point to be able to swallow later rolls.
Again, that's just have a quick.
Why not? That's easy.
Okay, black's not in any danger yet. The clock is running down and they're not rolling. So, there you go. 1, 3. The 3's.
This shows how bad splitting that 8 point, stripping the 8 point is in this position.
This can be played safely. Can't really see anything. Because of black's 2 inner board checkers, you can at least consider this sort of play.
I don't like it. Black still has plenty of. Oh, I mind it. Black has plenty of hit and cover numbers. White's ahead in the race. If black didn't have the 5 point, then maybe that would be right. But 5 point.
So here you keep the 23 pip lead, and you wait to see, I think, what happens next. This is a big play. It duplicates, triplicates 2s, but
that doesn't matter. I mean,
no. Paul McGreal used to say that he hated people duplicating for duplicating sake.
The time duplication matters is when your opponent has two plays to use the number, which are entirely different and equally good. Then duplication really makes a difference. But here, hitting is by far Black's #1 priority. If you make the play and Black rolls a 2, so the duplication just isn't that important. There's just no reason to leave this plot.
No, it gains. Yes, you can make the bar next time, but only with a 6 because the one
Only if there is a next time, and if you make it so what, you still have all your problems.
Yeah. Agreed. Then they're still thinking about it. Well, once you've escaped the rear checkers, it's not normally a great idea to leave voluntary shots. I mean, yes, there are exceptions to that rule, but
And it's
this is
they're just sort of joking with this play, I hope.
Yeah. You just don't need to do this stuff. And
it's not like this is that awkward,
yeah.
Three checkers on the midpoint, 3 checkers on the 8 point. That's all nice. Even the 3rd checker on the 3 point might come into play.
Well, now it's.
I think you have to cover. You got to make your board.
Yeah. And again, the 6 is the only logical set.
Well, it could
play 8 to 2.
Look at 8 to 2. This doesn't feel right to me. I think you want to prefer the 20 point, and you definitely want to make your board. I'm still looking at 8 to 2. Making that inner board point is big.
8 to 6, 8 to 2 was the right move.
And leaving the ace shot, hit it at your own risk, buddy.
Yeah. So now they've risked. Oh no, sorry.
This lets white hit and lets white hit safely, which is important. And also being back on the 24 point isn't so bad. That makes life difficult for white. Yeah, I think I like 8 to 2.
Yeah.
But again, it's a play you have to see. They didn't even see the play.
Ooh.
This is an ugly one.
This is an ugly roll.
This is so ugly. It's time to run.
Yeah, this is pay now, pay later. The problem with
just
paying later is that there is no.
So ugly. Not
right. So
great shot!
What a roll.
Wow!
What a roll!
Wow, which point do you make? Hold it. Make me right to make the 2 point and not leave a return hit.
Yeah. So 1 and now the 3 is horrible.
Oh,
so now, wow. Now time to think.
Oh yes.
It's an even race, but 5s, 1s hit 6, 3. Oh, you can do this, but now you got no board.
I think you just double and let your opponent figure it out. I don't know if I take, therefore it must be a double.
Correct. That's your law.
Oh, did somebody write that law? Oh,
yeah, somewhere back in the sands of time.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if you were white, if you were white and got doubled here, how would you feel?
Not good. I'd still be depressed about the double 4.
Well, yeah, but I'm not sure. I'd be depressed about this 3-1. I'm not sure whether I take or not. So it must be.
Someone was asking about the match score earlier, but obviously here a Gammon with a cube on 2 will be worth 4 points, taking you 6-2. So obviously in a short match.
There we go. Good double.
Great double. That is a fantastic.
Is it a take?
127. Race is equal. Threat is strong.
Threat is. I mean, the thing white has going is white does have a pretty strong board. So if there is some blot hitting and white hits something back, white's in play. Fives and aces hit, 8s cover. They're not conclusive though. I think I would take it.
No, white has also got what's called a dilly builder on the 3 point. So there's a check that's not working.
That's not so much of a dilly builder. I mean, it's good
it's
for
a dilly builder.
It's good for attacking purposes. I mean, there's nothing structurally wrong with white's game. I think I would take it.
I'm guessing it's just a take. Or I think.
And we could easily be wrong either way by a lot.
Okay, and
What's
again, just very quickly looking at the, it was a comfortable take, okay, according to the
Uh-huh.
computer.
okay, clear double, and it was
Clear
a
double,
take.
clear take, but it looked, the position looks worse than it was, and you get that a lot of the time. in
Okay,
backgammon.
here's splitting is right, following the rule that you suggest.
This is going to be in and hide the blot. Nothing
Okay.
better. So the score is now 3-2 to the UK. So a close match. Oh, there's more fun.
Yeah, I think this is right. Although making the 20 point is attractive, but the 5, you have to play 13 to 8 and leave the double shot. This is better.
This is good. 4-2 is going to make 4 point.
It's easy.
No excitement. Okay. This is no double. So, oh, hello. Whenever I say this, these things
Making the ace point, you can do without even thinking.
yeah, I agree. So make
Then
this
I
point.
think 20 to 10. This looks powerful.
Yeah. So
Although wait a minute, no, hold. I'm not
well,
sure.
you could play.
It leaves a return 6.
Yeah, but the other one leaves a return 3, and the 3s are bad as well. So
Yeah.
to have the checker attacking.
Uh,
I like the other play, but
yeah, I think I'm not sure. I think I like. I think it's a toss up.
so this gets my vote. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh.
Very close. The 2 plays are identical in terms of equity.
Okay. No.
So
I
what happened?
say I'm not sure.
I found this is going to be double.
This is a big double.
Yeah.
I mean, huge market losing potential.
Yeah.
Certainly an advantage. The question is the take, and
I'm passing.
if White didn't have the 4 point, it would definitely be a pass. With White holding the 4 point, I think it's very. I would say very close. That's my my guess.
And how much was it? It was actually it was a huge pass according to the machine, so it was interesting.
Yeah, really clear pass. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The right double.
So
The
this
right
is
double
a standard
prize.
2 and slot.
Right. White doesn't quite have it. No, that's silly.
No. You slot the point you most want to make.
White has threats, but not enough of an advantage to double.
Only 8 checkers in the attack zone.
It would have to be hit flung to lose the market. This is
okay. This is an easy take, and I don't think it's quite.
Now black is ahead in the match. Then the match is getting closer, so black is a little more reluctant to take, but I'd still take it. Yes, I think the double might be right at the match score. I'm not sure.
No double. Aaron, blunder to double. So 5-3. Think about that one. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong. Yeah. Okay, so black needs an anchor. Oh, sorry, I've got the wrong person on roll again. So we've got one more to go. Okay. This looks.
I think 11 to 6 to hold the anchor just in case, and it does bring a checker into play, even though it's on the same point as before. It's still more ammunition.
Yeah.
And ammunition is what this is all about. Okay, good roll. 4-3.
Probably now going to take the.
Now the problem is you have to worry about, do I remake the anchor? This is a lot of blots.
1, 2, 3, 6 blots. The cube has been given, so White can only win with good checker play.
This could be right, actually.
There's 10 checkers in the attack zone.
I'm not sure about this one.
I would regroup here, but again, I could be wrong.
You can see what I was talking about when they left the anchor. It might have looked at the time, well, I don't need the anchor. Black has no threat, but that anchor is there. It's an asset. Yeah. You don't have to worry about it. Once you got that anchor, you can say, all right, play the rest of the game, and if something goes bad, I don't have to worry about it.
If you take the 5 point anchor, you're 20 odd pips ahead with a really good position.
There.
And black has to perform. So
There's certainly arguments for the hitting play, though.
yeah,
But however, I think I would take the anchor because if you hit, that gives black two good numbers, 2s and 4s. If you take the anchor, black only has good 4s.
it's got good 6s as well.
Well,
Yeah.
depends
So
which,
again,
depends
let's
which,
look.
depends which way.
The
but
right play was
I'm
to make
talking-
the anchor.
I'm talking about from this thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good play by black, I think.
Yeah, you just keep hitting. So things going right, and now you can make the advanced anchor with 4-2.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to make the advanced anchor, but here I would take the advanced anchor. Everything else is in a good position.
Right. If the checker in the outfield gets hit back, there's really not much danger anymore.
No.
I mean, black isn't losing.
So 1, you're going to make the thing and then think about the other 2. So now
That's
you either
true.
create a runner with 24-20, or you could do this.
I would.
I'd keep the 5 point for the moment.
So would you make the 11 point or shove?
I'd create a runner.
All these plays look about equal to me.
Yeah, I like to keep the midpoint when I don't have when I've got lots of rear checkers, so I quite like the play.
Yeah.
This I think is probably correct as well.
Okay, so just.
So I mean, white has a big racing advantage, but that's not really relevant at the moment because black has a very solid position. And this is going to be hit and out, I think. And making the 4 point is an option. It gives.
Or running a back checker should certainly be looked at.
Yeah, sorry, I was thinking it couldn't get to the 13 point.
I don't know that it's right.
Yeah.
I would.
So they need to look at the third option.
I don't like
as well.
making the 4 point. I think the 10 point is
No,
maybe even more valuable in this position because it holds those white's 2 back checkers where they are, and that's very important. I would certainly come out with a 6, and then I'd be thinking a lot about the 2, and I think I would hit. Getting hit back isn't that serious, and if you don't get hit back, now you have a flexible position to make something.
So I'd agree with Kit. I think you should play 21-15 here and 13-11. You get a big gain when it works because then potentially you make 11.
I don't
like this play.
This is my third choice.
Yeah.
I don't mind just bringing the checker on the midpoint and just trying to improve from there.
So the 10 point is a valuable communication mechanism between black's checkers, and to give it up to make a point and leave the shot.
I don't think the communication is what matters. I think it's the pressure on white's.
Okay, so the correct play by a long way was to come out with a 6 and hit with a 2.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so 5-1. Now you can hit and make. So where are we?
Why would you not hit and do this? This is great. This is what white wants to do.
Okay, so now you've got to get it.
Now black is being punished for having lost the 10 point.
Yeah. 5-1's probably just run away.
Sure. That's white's game plan anyway. White's way ahead in the race. When you're ahead in the race.
So 42 pips ahead. Can't move the checker on the 15 point.
No,
So it looks like 13
that would
to
be
6.
the right play. 13-6 looks like all there is, basically.
13 to 10 is too big to go with this. You don't want that number of blocks, and the checker is well placed on the 6 point.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't have enough spares on the 6 point.
Yeah. Okay. I think they're probably looking at 2 down, but come up.
There's no need for this. You want the checker back on the 23 point, probably.
The checker on the 23 point is known as a goalkeeper, so it's there so that white can't dump checkers behind the structure that's already there. So this is the wrong game.
It's not too important here. It's just it's out of, it's hiding where white would love to hit or make the 5 point with a hit. You don't want to let white do that. Basically, black
sometimes you just have to play what the dice give you, and this is fine.
Yeah.
So
I don't even think it's close.
no, I agree. We don't like this play. Commentators curse, but if this is right, I need to rethink.
Goes against just about every theme I know. I mean, white's got
Yeah.
the stronger board. You don't want extra action.
Yeah. So the other thing that this play does, which is good for white, it creates what my colleague Julian Fetterlein now calls a zonk, which is a zone of no contact, which basically means that if white rolls an awkward roll, they can dump checkers behind black's anchor.
That's not very important here. I mean, it might be important way down the road, but here, dumping behind the anchor doesn't matter. It's not like white. It's not like white has everybody in and is trying to.
No, but I mean, I'm hoping they're going to rethink this. Come on. Yes, play this, pick the dice up. So. Well, they keep looking at it, but 36 pips behind in the race.
Yeah, I mean, very. Oh, well, they did it.
They did it.
Their first punishment.
13 to 6 is clearly correct, and this is quite a bad error. Okay, so 6-1. Yeah. Now in and hit. That's easy.
Hit, and maybe black
Whoa!
played their way out.
Now then, we can hit. What else can we do? We can come in and then play 14 to 9 3 times.
You just hit. You just do it.
Yeah.
And white's. It's not.
When in doubt.
This isn't the right game plan. This lets black counterattack on the 5 point,
Yeah.
or lets black make the 5 point.
When in doubt, hit.
Oh,
Okay.
Hi.
Right, one. Oh, so this is a nice easy roll to play.
Get out.
Okay, so now white needs to make. Right, so the 3 is clear.
Wait,
I'm just
Think
watching
about
them,
the 5.
US and UK.
Who's winning?
It's
I just make the 8 point and leave the ace shot, I think.
Yeah, the 8 point's a valuable point to hold, so clearing the 8 point would make it very difficult to bring in the other checkers. 6-2. So right, you can now run a checker, and because the spare on the 21 points not doing anything.
Well,
So you've now got.
I mean, the checker on the 23 point has lost a lot of its value here.
Yeah,
But I would still leave it because
I'd keep it for a little bit. With
this play
51
is natural, the other play is unnatural. Oh, kaboom!
Ooh, wow. And of course they've already queued, so
Right. Huh.
that's a little bit awkward, but we'll just bring a
Well,
check.
you just play three of them are easy.
3 are easy. Now you keep the other one for this minimizes shots and keeps connectivity between the 14 points and the 8
Right.
points.
Well, versus having the spare in the 6 rather than the 5. I'm not sure which is right. Probably this is better. Now 8 to 6 looks clear to me.
Well, the only problem, yes.
Oh, it's not a big deal actually.
No. All right. Well, at least they've come in. So now,
I'm not sure I'd slot here or not because the shot may be coming immediately. And if it doesn't come, you'll have time, but probably not a big deal.
that's good for
I'm
saving
not
Gammon.
sure about
You
that.
might
No,
want
I
to bring another
would
builder.
I would leave the checker there so I could hit with it and try and build my board. Terrible roll by white. I don't think there's any real choice, is there?
I guess there's a pay me now, pay me later opportunity.
No, it's not bargain. I mean, even if you get away with it, you still have to bring the checkers home. And black does have a strong board.
Yeah. So
I would
this
say
is any
later.
7, any 9, except doubles 3. So that's for 10, yeah. How difficult is it going to be for white? I mean, at worst, you're going to leave a direct, or they are going to leave a direct shot later. This maintains the integrity.
I mean, you don't like stripping the point, but I mean, the only argument for this play is that black has the blot on his inner board, and but I don't think that's a strong enough argument. 2 down is clear, getting ready to really build the board.
And the pay me now play was right, and the other play was a double blunder. It's quite interesting, according to the.
Oh, really? We
Yeah.
were dead wrong on that.
We
Okay.
were. So,
All right. Live and learn.
Oh, 4-3 was interesting as well. The 14-7 was probably wrong. Yeah.
Oh, now black's winning. Now black just won.
Yeah. Okay, now you're going to redouble and cash, or are you going to play on?
I think you redouble. Well,
Well,
black's ahead in the match, which makes playing on a little riskier than usual. Gammon's a rare, and white does have a threat. I would cash it.
yeah. White will have some numbers next time that cause great difficulty. And
the problem is it takes a lot to gammon. You'd have to get a shot at a second checker, which you might not. You'd have to hit the shot, which you might not. And there's real risk, not everything covers. A white can roll a joker.
the key thing as black is to recognize that if there is an opportunity to play on, then make that decision.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people just forget.
We hope that black is thinking whether it's too good or not whether it's not good enough.
Yeah.
That we can't hear their discussion. But that in my opinion should definitely be the discussion. I mean, basically, if black doesn't cover and white hits with a 2,
Yeah.
suddenly white's winning, probably,
Yeah.
because white's board is so strong. And that's such a big turnaround. And against that, how often does black win a gammon? Let's say black makes the prime and white brings the checkers in.
I think they'll cash, knowing them, but I'm not absolutely sure.
Actually, the more I look at it and taking the score into account, I was wondering if they were good enough.
So no one is going to be. No, I was just going to say. Let's just have a look at the double, no double situation. Yeah, it's correct to double. It's not good enough to play on. You were right. So here we go. Oh, can follow sticks rules again. Yeah, that works.
At this score, I would have brought a checker down.
Yeah,
to play more for the gammonish type of positions, but not a big deal, certainly.
so an early skirmish. No, there's no hit. Now you're going to make the anchor.
Right. Nothing else is that attractive.
White has got the sort of game that white wants. Now you're just going to make.
Which do you make? The 10-point or the 18-point? This is not obvious to me.
No, because they are 15 pips up in the race, so this is good structure.
Good structure.
The match score argues for making the bar point in terms of long-term strategy. But here, white doesn't have that much of a threat.
I could develop a threat pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I would make this, but I don't.
I would do this, but
I'm not strong on it. Thing is, if white hits, white has to give up the anchor. If white doesn't hit, then black can improve later.
22-18 was right by a long way. So
By a long way. Okay.
Yeah.
So once again,
the score, I think the match score influences that.
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, but even though we found the right play, we made a mistake because we thought it was close.
Yeah, and now there's an interesting. Black has paid the price by
Oh,
being
wow.
hit and
I
fanning.
think white should double at only because of the match score.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's a trivial take, but the point is if white hits and black rolls badly, now you could lose your market. Good
Yeah.
double. I like
good
it.
double, well played. But
Easy,
it's also
easy,
it's an
easy take. Easy take.
8 checkers in the attack zone, and black have got good structure. So
There's no threat, basically.
Yeah. So the question: black needs an anchor as quickly as possible. It's not a great number, but 3-1. So now you've got the choice of hitting
Yeah,
again.
I would hit an 11 to 10. I think that's more important than making the 5 point here.
2, 4, 7,
Could-
9
could-
checkers in the attack zone. So
You just don't want the opponent to make that anchor. That's all.
yeah. So if they're doing this 3, then the 1 will be 11 to 10.
Right.
So-
Six away from the cover.
I remind you what I said some time earlier is that you need to be relatively aggressive in backgammon. It's very hard to do.
Now if black does, white's in really good shape. If black does roll a 4.
And again, we're wrong, making the 5 point is better. Again, this is a computer analysis on a relatively low level, so it may change on the roll.
No, if it does it say it's clear on a low level?
Yeah, it's fairly clear.
Okay, well it won't change on a higher
I think
level.
that's because of the number of checkers in the attack zone. Here, it's just difficult to follow through because one hit by black can spin the game around. So now what have we got? 4? That doesn't look right.
That doesn't look, huh?
So
Well,
3.
This is clear. I mean,
Right. Yeah.
13
There's
to
no-
10. 13 to 10. This is, I think, too much. I like 13 to 10. Bringing another checker into play on the 5 point. Yes, it's on the same place, but that means if black rolls a 5 and you hit with one of them with a 5, you got the other one there ready to cover. I mean, not to mention that, what point is it?
Yeah.
I think this is an overplay. It gives
The wrong
black,
idea because it gives black a good 6 as well.
it gives
Play
it
13 to 10, then
gives-
you've got.
It gives black,
basically.
going to the bar point gives black some counterattack potential.
I like this play.
This one I'd be more confident of.
Yeah. Their play was a blunder. Now, much more fun. So now you can come in and come up, or come in and hit, or come in and come down.
I think you just have to hit. I mean,
Take
not hitting
tempo away.
not hitting is probably just as dangerous because it gives white his full roll to attack.
Yeah. Ooh. Hang on. Would have come in with a 2. What's going on? Ah, good. Right. Okay. So the 2 is mandatory. And I think Kit and I agreed that you should be hitting with the 3 to take half of white's
What's
roll
what-
away.
Why is this?
So the machine is doing something that. Hello.
Yeah, I would think you'd have to. The computer would say you have to play the 2 first.
Yeah.
Something wrong here?
Interesting.
I don't know what's. I have no idea what's
We'll
going
just
on.
have to wait until it corrects itself, I think. Let's hold on.
Are we sure this is the actual position?
Yes, I haven't. Let me just.
I mean, this isn't a hypothetical. This is the actual position, you think?
Yeah.
Because remember, we were looking at to see.
Yeah, I know, no, but I'm just checking. I haven't clicked on something incorrectly, but I don't think so. The black's clock is running. So
Right,
it's
so
black on play.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't think the computer would allow you to make the second part of the play.
Okay.
Okay, so he did that, not the play we like. 6-3, well, I think you have to just make the bar, and I guess you could hit with a 6.
Yeah, okay, so now 6-3, let's see. This is now got awkward because of the preceding plays.
Yeah, I think you might as well make the bar. I don't think hitting gains that much. Black would be threatening to make the anchor whether you hit or not, so you might as well make the asset. And if black doesn't roll a 4, then you can attack next turn, maybe.
Making the bar locks the black checker on the ace point in behind a little prime, and I think, ooh, this is fun. Where you play the 4th one.
No problem,
fine.
really.
Yeah, it's fine.
That plays fine.
There's
You
not much choice.
want to come up. You want to come up to the 23 point where you can escape.
No, we don't like this play.
Yeah.
Now you've got 6 checkers. This is better. Right.
So this is better by all accounts, basically.
Yeah. Black's check on 23 point can now see.
The killer.
Oh, what a roll.
That's the killer. Now,
somebody wants to know why was it better than blocking their 6 point out?
Blocking the 6 point out.
I think when they're talking about from 15 to 16, and you said, no, that's not a good thing to do.
Because it left the black checker at the back stranded on the ace point. And white has just rolled an anti-joker by the look of it. Or certainly a roll that doesn't help.
And just a reminder for those who came in late that the British team is white and the United States team is black.
Yeah.
I agree with the purer play here.
You've got work to do, so.
I mean, if you play 2 to 1, now you got those extra checkers in the 3 point, and it's awkward. I mean, this, even if black hits, you still have a huge advantage. If black doesn't hit, you can end it.
Ooh, well, there's an ace. That makes it more interesting.
Yeah, but
so now you just want to creep up.
I would come in with the ace and play 16 to 13. Right.
Yeah.
Blocks don't matter. You want to get in range as quickly as possible. Not to mention those double 4s.
Yeah. So this takes the anti-joker away from white.
Yeah, you just assume that black won't come in.
So the 2 is clear, and then you bring the 5 down.
2, 13 to 8. Just want to get in range as quickly as possible. That's right.
3.
No, this
1
brings the wood around.
2.
Not so clear. You might want to bring 2 men in.
Yeah.
I think this feels a little better to me, but it's not a big deal.
I think this would be my play, but
there is those. Well, I guess you can handle double 4s, but
yeah,
the other play gives you 2 indirects and more flexibility.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
the UK team needed an ace, which they've got.
White had a 5-1, 5-2, which I think they might have considered shifting off the bar point, off the 6 point. They played it pretty quickly.
Not sure about the 6 because now double 4 is a nightmare roll for white. So
a good point.
Play 2 out. Now double 5 becomes an anti-joker, but it's not too bad.
Not that much of an anti-joker.
No.
I'm not even sure I'd throw it back.
Yeah, and here you've made double 4 an anti-joker, so I think I'd get.
Basically, assuming black comes in, where do you want your checkers?
Yeah,
that's the issue. Because black doesn't.
Oh, they're not very good at rolling. Don't know about anything else. So 2 comes up. Think about the 5. So 2 is played 23, 20.
They just roll.
So you either come out all the way, or you do come in 11 to 6 with the 5.
I think this is an overplay.
Yeah, you don't need you've got 28 covers anyway, so yeah, I like this play.
Yeah, it's probably not a big deal.
No. Even double 4s, okay.
Yeah.
So always look for anti-jokers in positions like this, rolls that can
actually the more
destroy your game.
the more I look at it, I think 11 to 6 might be right, but I don't think it's important. See, the differences you would have covered.
Yeah.
Now this is, I mean, this is very big anyway. Black would have to roll
Whoa,
well.
see, for
Well,
the spectators, this is good because it keeps keeps the game alive. Now
Now
you
Black
can
rolls
have-
another race.
Mm,
I don't
think
know
I'd have
about
come out.
that, but again, not a big deal, probably. Now the anti-joker double fours would really be bad.
5-1, I think I can play. That's good. Right, now one more roll to negotiate.
Just did it. So it looks like we're likely to have an even match here.
Yeah. So just all the way with the 5-4.
I think you keep the spares on the. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah. So now you don't need to take 2 off because you're going to win a gammon anyway.
Yeah, although that's true in this position, although most players will not realize that the gammon race can be closer than it looks. Here it isn't, but in a lot of positions it is. I'd be thinking about that play quite a bit. It might be right to clear the 3-point.
That's gonna be
That settles that.
But now we're going to have basically it's going to be 6-all to 9, which is a 3-point match.
Yeah.
Um,
At that
knowing
score,
what to do in 3-point matches.
at that score, you double
fundamental.
you
You
double a
double
little
early,
more
and you pass early.
you double a little more aggressively than normal, and conversely, you pass a little more quickly than normal. Not by that much. And it's still an even score.
2 or 3%. Right. The key is to know the strategy at all scores in a very short match. It saves you having to derive it from first principles, which you can't do over the board. So good players know what to do at all of the scores in a 5-point match and how to play.
Just knowing generally is usually all that matters, because your assessment of the position is more important than the match score. You've got to assess the position, right? And once you assess the position, then just do something intelligent. Hitting 2 is the proper play.
Standard play. Yeah. So with 5-1, you only hit once. With 6-5, you hit twice. So
this should be, I would expect, it's common knowledge. I'm surprised they had to think about it.
Now, what are we going to get? 3-1. You're going to hit again.
Enter and hit, or enter and cover.
I think allowing black the whole roll here is not a great idea.
I disagree. I think I like covering. I mean, the hitting gives black so many return shots. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Whoa.
Oh, obviously hitting was correct.
Yeah. Covering was correct. It's a small error to hit, but it's turned out nice again, as we say.
Okay, here I would slot the 5-point.
Yeah.
Not a disaster if you get hit.
I wouldn't.
If you don't get hit, you can build your board. Leaving the anchor in this position when black does have a lot of power is dangerous. I would not play 8-7. If I'm not making a splitting play, I would play 6-5. Now 6-5 feels right to me.
So 12 checkers in the attack zone if white elects to make this play, and you've got to ask whether that's worthy of a double.
They don't see the slotting play. And this should be a reflex. I've got so many men back. What difference does it make if one more gets back? Let's put the checkers where they belong. In fact, a lot of black's fours would be 4-1.
Now they've seen it.
Oh, okay. Now that I look at it, I still like it.
Yeah. Thematically, this is correct. I mean, white has 3 rear checkers, black has 1. Oh, there you go. There's a bit of fun.
Well, this is certainly an easy take. I would not have doubled.
34 pips.
White's position is structurally so
Yeah.
strong. I mean, nothing's going to lose your market almost. I mean, let's say white rolls.
Oh,
my
wow.
gosh.
Wow.
Oh, wow. A great double.
Yes. So the double was a double blunder, and the drop was a whatever 6 times blunder is. Okay.
So
So that's the biggest error in the match. So they need to look at that.
a great cube. But what this shows is this: doubling too early always has the hidden advantage that the opponents might make a monster blunder. You never know. I mean, I've seen surprises like this happen again and again by the best players in the world. I myself have certainly dropped doubles when actually my opponent didn't even have a double. Happens to all of us.
So that was a good play by white, splitting the rear checkers, duplicating 2s. Black now has an awkward 6-5 to play.
I like this play.
This is the best of a bad lot, I think.
Puts the checkers where they belong. If you get hit, so what? If you don't get hit, now you can do something. Everything else stinks.
So now it's worth making a comment on the score, which is 2 away, 3 away. So ideally, black would like to win an undouble gammon, which is the nicest way of winning the match at very little risk. But equally well, a 1-0 lead in the match 3 is not a huge lead. So there are players tend not to double at this score quite often when in fact the double is correct. So learning how to do that is
basically it depends on the position type. If it's the non-gammonish position, black can double pretty normally. If it's a gammonish position, black just doesn't touch that cube. And from white's point of view, same thing. If white has a whiff of the gammon threat, white can double. But if a non-gammonish position, white's doubles should be fairly normal.
So this is again, black is faced with the UK team faced with
at this
choice.
score, I would definitely just make my 5 point.
Yeah, I like this play. Yeah, you've got the anchor. There's no need to give it up. Players tend to give up anchors too quickly anyway.
Yeah, the point is if you make the hitting play, get hit back, now you're getting involved in the type of game you don't want to get involved in, where gammons can matter.
Oh, yeah, put that back immediately.
Yeah.
That is not allowed. Come on. It's just too ugly. What are you gaining?
Everyone
gain a lead in the race, but
every one of these plays looks worse.
Yes. Let's go back to falafel. If you can make the 5 point, make it, and worry later about what else you might have done. Now that rule is not always correct, but it's a really good guide.
I mean, this is a pretty solid position. And again, the score does matter on this sort of play. You know, keeping that anchor on the 5 point basically means that you're not going to get doubled until
if you're going to do this, you should do this. This will be better than 5 to 1, but.
I mean, no, if you're hitting, I like this play.
Yeah.
The
problem is now you have no anchor, you have no protection in a score in a game where your opponents are desperate to create gammon possibilities.
It's
so
it's just my
anchor.
Just my second choice. That's all.
Hello. Oh, nice to see the checkers bounce around, but come on, guys. Plenty of time.
If you play 20 to 18, hit twice, 18 to 16 twice, and don't get hit back, it's not like you're claiming. You're not.
Hooray! Oh, and it's wrong. It's fabulous. I love backgammon. You love backgammon?
Was it really wrong?
Just hit and continue.
Oh, okay, live and learn.
Yeah.
When ahead in the race. Okay.
Oh well.
Well, we know how to play this one.
Yeah. Well played, solid.
But now black should be doubling, I think.
Yeah, I think this is probably now. So what have we got? It's only 9 pips, so it's a bit closer than I thought.
I'm sorry, it's only 9 pips.
Yeah,
right,
now it's 17.
Yeah, then it was right to wait. I thought it was a bigger lead also.
So this is now going to be an 8 pip race. Yeah,
right.
So it's still not enough.
agreed. The match score does not matter too much here. Black should be a little more conservative, but if black has a double, black
Very
should
few
take it.
gammons for either side here.
Remember, I mean, white needs 25% winning chances to justify taking cubeless, because white won't get have use of the cube. I mean, he'll use it at redouble immediately, but that'll be it. It's not like money play where the cube is a threat.
I think that 8-2,
Meanwhile,
6-3 is good.
yeah, this feels better than me. I'm not. Okay.
I'm not desperate to clear the 10-point. It's close, and you may want those spare checkers to make the bar point even now.
Well, I think the advantage to the other play is you get a spare on the 5, and you know you want that.
Yeah. So,
I mean, the main problem of this is look at how black's 2s play.
so 8-2, 6-3 was the right play, and 8-5, 8-2 was also okay. So,
Yeah.
Your 5-2 is good because it clears the 10-point and gives you a 14-pip lead, but
14,
the
7
computer
pips.
thinks that it's close enough that you don't want to do that. That's interesting, although it's only a small error to make the play that was made. 2, 8, 7, 6-5, spread them out, or this preparing to clear the 8-point.
I'd like 6-5 feels right to me. That's certainly wrong.
That's wrong because now double 6 leaves a shot.
Well,
Gratuitous.
it's just you want to clear the 8-point before you clear the 7-point. 6-5 feels a bit better than me, but I doubt if it's a big deal. The reason I like 6-5 is that on your next roll, you can bring 2 checkers in and hold the 8-point, which blocks your opponent's double 4s.
Oh, this is going to be
Oh
fun.
my. Oh
Right.
my. Now we have a close race.
Yeah, it's a 9-pip race. It's now a 3-pip race. So no double yet.
Oh, this is wrong. Hold it. This is wrong. Why didn't he play 7-5? That was actually a fairly serious error. Didn't bring 2 checkers in.
This
played-
certainly
just-
brings 2
Just
checkers
played
in.
just played too fast. I'm
And
gonna
now
take back
a
4-2.
1-pip race, and this is a poor roll.
I would play. I don't think this is right.
I would play 7-4 with the 3.
Not a big deal.
No.
2
Two more.
checkers in, it's clear. Pips count as even. Nobody has anything.
They're not exactly rolling brilliantly, are they? Yeah.
Might have played 6-4, not a big deal.
Checker off.
Takes a
Okay.
man off.
Good roll.
And with a 4-6 off. Very good roll.
8-pip race.
Oh, fighting back.
Good roll in reply.
Still
Yeah.
close. Nobody has anything yet.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Not good.
Oh, now black's a favorite. Not enough to double.
Okay, 1, 2,
2, 3, and
6-4.
6-4 looks smooth.
7-pip race, just in case anyone can't read. 6-2.
Still too close.
Oh, 1 now. After this roll, we're going to have to think.
Oh yeah. I think
This is going to be a double pass unless
I'm
something.
not sure. I don't think it's a double pass.
No, it isn't. If white had rolled poorly, it would have been. But now let's have a look. 4-pip race. We have got 9
but-
checkers versus 8 checkers. So that's a 2.
I think
Wing.
it's no, it's certainly a take.
Yeah.
I'm confident of that. Is it a double?
Black's
I'm not-
got a gap on the 4-point and 3 checkers on 2-point.
Yeah,
which-
but black still has market losers, but then again, black's ahead in the. I mean, if the score were reversed, I'd double pretty quickly. At this score, I think I would wait a roll.
No, I think I'm going to agree with you. But they've got 5.5 minutes to think about it, and you should take your time. So you use whatever formula you have learned, apply it, and then make your decision. It is not the time to make a snap decision.
No, I agree with that, but sometimes you reach a point where, you can think about it for another 10 minutes and nothing's going to change. So you
Yeah.
do what you think is right. I mean, I've seen, people take ridiculous amount of times in positions where they know they're not going to see anything new.
So 4, 5, so 30. Okay.
They decided to
4
wait.
is not good. So 5 to 1, 3.
You can certainly play 5 to 1.
Whoa, 5 to 1, please.
No, you need the men on the ace point. You're good.
Yeah.
This is right only if you roll 3 5s before you roll any 6s.
Yeah. So that was quite a bad error. They've gained another.
I think now it's definitely a double take.
Black's first roll being 4-3.
That they got one roll by and get one more pip. Now you got to do it. Put the match on the line. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
I mean, now we're talking huge market loss on any improvement. Assuming black misses once, black will take 5 rolls to get off, which means white has to get off in 4 rolls in this position with a lot of pips and plenty of misses. And black might not miss.
Yeah.
No, black didn't
Okay.
double. Okay.
Whoa, good decision.
Brilliant decision not to double.
Now this is going to have to be very good. Ooh.
Well,
Wow.
well, now it's interesting.
Wow. Pre-roll position, but it isn't because black might not miss.
Yeah, I think white. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is less than trivial.
Be taking some time on. I mean, black. Any what 6?
Looks like a double to me.
Certainly, it looks like a double. I would agree.
Well, relevant might be this. Let's say white takes 2 off, black rolls well, and white misses again.
Whoa!
Oh, I was going to say now black would have a very, very efficient recube.
Okay, so now
Okay.
we get to offer.
All right, now we're across.
I guess it didn't ding for not doubling.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome to Marty's store, who joined us.
The score now. The score here is important. This is basically double match point. Gammons don't really help white at all because the difference between being behind 8 to 7 post Crawford when you can double on the opening roll and being tied at 8 to 8 is very tiny. So basically both sides are playing like it's double match point.
Yeah, that was double take, by the way. Just looking at the analysis.
Yeah.
Quick.
Oh, thanks.
The trailer can go hell bent for backgammon.
Yeah, but we can.
Well, this looks like a good number.
Yeah, we can worry about that when we get there.
3 and 4 is not too much choice. So I'm going to keep. Yeah.
Yeah, particularly since white isn't concerned about getting gammon.
Looks like making the 9 point might be a good plan.
Yeah, it's nothing else particularly.
Yeah. So white needs an anchor.
Well, he needs an improvement.
Oh,
Huh?
No.
There's no need to do this. Don't come up to where your opponent wants to attack you.
Yeah.
Well, there's the improvement. Improvement's the 3 point.
Now, what happens next? Ooh, this is going to be
Great roll.
Wow.
I would shift.
Shift.
Certainly
6 to 5.
6 to 5, and I'd like 6 to 5 at least one of the 6 to 5s. This is fine.
I don't mind this actually because now you've got 6s to escape, 5s, 1s, and 2s to make it 4.
Yeah, having the 4th spare on the 5 is almost as good as the 4th spare on the 6.
So now white can play with abandon because obviously, is this too big? That's a question.
No, I like this. I like this play.
Yeah.
You know, if you get hit, you can probably anchor. If you don't get hit, you got something going. And the other game plans just aren't as effective.
Now you're asking to be blitzed. Sixes, twos, threes, fours.
If
The
you're gonna
trouble is
do this, you might as well go to the 17 point instead of the 18 point.
That's not so clear.
Well, it's, you see the fives and ones duplicated over there.
I want to make
The
known
question,
for
the question
my
for me is between sliding the bar, the 7-pointer, coming out to 17.
I like this play. You've got to make the checkers work, and white desperately wants an anchor in black's board. So you leave the two checkers there in order, hopefully, to be able to do that.
That's easy.
Right. So this is going to be very easy. That's a good roll. Good roll.
Suddenly white has something.
Hitting time.
No, we have to hit, that's clear.
No.
Whoa!
Put those checkers back.
No,
Put those checkers back immediately.
must hit, must play 13 to 4 hit, not even close.
Yeah.
And if you don't do this, white's in the game. Whatever happens, if you do this and it works, white's in big trouble.
Yeah.
Very, very clear. If you were white, which play would you want to see your opponent make?
Yeah.
If you look at it that way, you would not want to be hit. You'd like, oh, please do this. Give me my full roll. Let me make the advanced anchor. Let me make my 5-point. Look at all those beautiful things.
I'm really rooting for 13 to 7, 6 to 3 instead of this.
Okay, this is, I hope they find this play. It's clearly the right play by a very, very long way. But
Yeah,
again,
this is
fear comes into backgammon, but losing a gammon here is no consequence to black anyway. No, you can't do this. You're not allowed to.
Yeah, there might be some gammon fear, unjustified gammon fear at play,
Right,
but no,
play.
well, okay, now.
A brilliant play.
Now.
Oh,
You can ask questions and she's answered them to the
that
fear
was a
part.
5.
I don't think you creep. I think this is right. It leaves you more numbers to get to the.
Well,
bottom.
you could
you might have
play 5
diversified.
to 4.
Yeah, you might have
There's a duplication of 4.
diversified. Gives you good 4s and 3s. I think would have been better by playing either of the other aces.
Coming up with the ace was correct.
Yeah.
According to our full silicon friend. This gives you lots of duplication.
Well, you hit.
This is fine with me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. They have.
It's
There's
6-3.
nothing to hit with.
I'm sorry. I thought they had the 6-3 after the play. Okay. Yeah. Why not? Why not bring 2 down? Pay off to the 1-6 joker, which isn't conclusive anyway. Okay.
Now what? Okay. So
Now
playing
attack.
What?
Attack. Do not make the
Attack.
prime. You're losing the priming battle. Attack.
No.
Attack. That's a huge blunder.
Oh,
They
this is
hit
a
5-3
huge
or
blunder.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and here it is. Now all of a sudden, white's probably a favorite because of these plays.
That was a terrible play. You've got to hit. Now you slot with the 1.
No need to.
6 and 1.
Why?
So
You don't need to. Just watch white black collapse.
you play 13, 7, 9,
Well,
8.
Yeah.
You don't want to be on the bar if black comes up with a 4. That's for sure.
On this game. Very close.
I'm not,
I think you want the checkers distributed.
I would still slot.
I don't see the upside.
Yeah, the upside is black doesn't crack.
Well, what's black
I
going to
mean,
do?
black doesn't leave a blot while cracking, and then you're much better off at the to make a prime.
Yeah, but black's got a big board. I mean, if black rolls the 4. Yeah.
So slotting was the only play that wasn't a double blunder.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Good fun. It's just you're not going to make it naturally, and quite a few of Black's numbers would have crashed. So even after the hit, 4-3.
Now remember, a gammon is not important. This makes a difference in White's plays. White doesn't need to maneuver to pick up a second checker. White wants to just do whatever works to just prime the existing checker. I don't know what that is, but as far as White's game plan goes, that's what it should be. Probably should be right to keep going, so you now have 6s and 1s to make the prime. Then you can just walk the prime home, and that's that.
So here you've got to decide whether you want Black to be able to attack or crash the numbers and leave another block if you stay back, or you play.
You just want to make the 8 point. That's all you need to do.
Yeah. So this would have created another block, but might not have hit. So now let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, and in, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's
Yeah.
right.
So Black now needs a miracle 1-6. They're both going to. White's still got 8 minutes. Black's only got 2.5 minutes.
You can bring 2 to the 4 and leave 1 on the 14. That's legitimate.
Don't like
This is not legitimate.
This
Not too legitimate.
just isn't the right idea.
So attacking on the wrong point.
I mean, if you're going to attack, you should, play 7-2 twice and then hit with the 5, which I could be right. I don't think it is.
Oh, so close. So close. Double 3. It's going to be a little bit of fun. Can't make the 2 point.
Just have to make the ace point.
Might have to make the ace point.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think there's a lot of. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold it.
Well, you could keep a- you could keep a
hold the
5
bar.
point prime
You could hold the
and
bar
hit loose.
point. Yeah, it might have been right to hold the bar point and hit loose with the
It's
ace.
gone now.
Anyway,
So
over, and it looks like
double match point.
essentially double match point. Black free drop available, assuming no free gammon here.
So this game will just continue on its merry way. 2 off. Still a 3 or 4% gammon chance for White, but again, that's not going to change matters very much.
Right. Take the checker off.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be the end of this game. Black would consider themselves unlucky to lose a gammon, but of course I should just keep my mouth shut.
It would now be very unlucky.
Okay, and now
Now it would be more than unlucky. It would be a misclick.
A self-gammon problem.
So Black will now have a free drop in the next game if they wish to exercise it. So it will depend on who wins the opening roll.
What
And
this
then you don't
what
play
this
6 to 5 here.
what this means is if Black were an underdog, he should pass the double and play from an even position or from an even score. If he's a favorite, he should take. After an opening 4-1, it's so close it's not even worth worrying about, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's very close.
I don't know which
some people claim that it's you should pass after
Yeah.
slotting
Yeah.
and also after splitting, a minor split with opening 4-1 at that score. But I did a long rollout and it comes out to a teeny weeny take after slotting, which is supposed to be best, but it's not really worth worrying about. It's confirmed by that rollout.
Okay, anyway, here we are at double match
Here we are,
point.
double match point, 8 all.
White's made the
Game of
5
last
point.
game.
Black hits with a 5-2, still a close game.
Okay, gets
Big roll by White, putting that second checker back. Black should make the anchor,
taking the
yes.
anchor. Yeah,
That's
I
more-
think
that's
White
more
has the
important.
better board.
That's more important here than other things. And White can't do much but make his own anchor. Bring down on the 11-point in. Still a decent structure. Anybody's game. I don't really see plan B.
No, I don't either. So
21 to 13 just discommunicates
Roll.
the checkers for no good reason.
trying to make the 9 point.
Oh, yes, 9-point it is. Run the back checker seems clear.
6-pip lead to right.
Oh,
White.
just the right game plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
4-2, just drop 2 down. Hello.
This is-
Hold
this
the
is-
midpoint there.
This is I mean, I would have played 13 to 11 and 13 to 9.
I
So
want my checkers in
Yeah,
front.
I don't like that blot behind the anchor. That's a weakness.
yeah, but this.
Now this is a bad play now. See, this is the 4-2 must make the 4-point. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, clear.
That's a good roll. Oh. hang
Oh
on.
no, no, oh
Whoa,
no,
whoa, whoa,
oh no, no,
wait.
no.
Go back.
Oh no.
Make
No,
the 5
no.
point.
Yeah, I'd say this is a little better.
Yeah, you want to keep the midpoint while you've still got rear checkers. You can make them at the best point on the board.
Well, it's just too many. There's too many return
too risky.
shots, basically. It's as simple as
Thank you.
that. And this is a definite improvement.
Yeah, there's something like 17 return shots after that, and 2 blots, and oh my God.
Okay, so
It's not so clear. That 10 to 6 is not super clear to me, but it's probably all right.
6 to 2.
So to play 6 to 2 and eat it.
Okay,
And eat it.
so the
Very
question
close.
here is who's going to crack first?
Well, this is a problem for black.
So now you either play 13-9, 13-7, or you do this.
I would play third. Wait a minute.
Yeah. So the question is, you have to always ask yourself: is now what are you going to do next time? So
Well,
now
you
have 3
see
set points.
you see what you roll. You make a point and slot a point, like you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with this.
So we didn't even discuss the best move, which was to run both back checkers. Interesting. So now,
Yeah, probably only because of the double match points score. It's running both checkers, right?
let's have a look at this before we get. I think you have to.
I
keep
think you have to do this and just hope you don't get hit.
That was a good play, strong play in a difficult situation.
Well, I think white just has to play with one blot here.
Yeah, so 10s and 1s, key numbers now coming up. 9, as we say, 1 pimple from paradise. So
Well.
7 to 2, 5 to 1, I think.
Yeah, it's
And
the
wait and see what
It's the
happens.
fifth. It's the 5th point. That's big. White has to play safe, and we'll see what happens. Huh?
Huh?
Why?
Why would you leave 8 shots? Not 8 shots, but 4 shots, isn't it? 6, 2, and 5, 3 are absolute killers in this position. Do you
Yeah,
get
I think you know. I think the idea behind it is to control more territory, but I think the shots are just
Yeah,
dominating.
I think the idea is
dominating the whole thing.
so that you can play a 6 next turn.
Five
Right.
shots, you know, but it's like 5 shots.
Well,
5 shots is just seems.
I
I
think
mean, it works out if he rolls like 5-4, 6-3 or something, but
Yeah,
a little bit on 6-3,
But-
hardly much.
but then you still have to hit whatever is there. You know, it's sort of the future is now type of thing.
Oh,
Oh, I guess.
I'm not sure about that. That 17 to 16.
wow,
but-
wow.
At least maybe there's an anchor. going on here.
22-16 was correct. So-
Okay, yeah, I guess double 6s, double 4s, double 4s is so good anyway, and double 6s there's a re-anchoring
Oh,
shot.
here's a
like
bit of
this.
fun.
Yeah,
Here's a bit of fun.
Whoa!
Now.
He should be considering slot
Oh,
point there.
someone should be refereeing this. That was an unfair hit. Okay, slot the 4 point.
Absolutely.
So white is a huge favourite now, obviously, with a 22-pip lead in the race.
Threes are the awkward roll for white.
Yeah, so you play 6-4, 5-2 here, just to create some threes. Yeah, you're so far ahead, you can afford to.
Well, you're not that far. You're not that far ahead.
27 pips, still quite a lot.
Yes, if black rolls double sixes, see how far ahead you are.
Mm.
Yeah, I agree with the play, but I think it's closer than you might imagine. Because that 4 checkers on the 2 point means a lot of wastage. Actually, in retrospect, I would have taken a checker off. Not a big deal.
Yeah. Keep the board, which is fine. 2 off 6, 5-4.
5-4 looks
Clear.
looks right, I guess.
There we go. So
Well, here come the awkward
Yeah.
threes.
yeah, so this and 4-1. Right. So white.
Oh, this is well.
Okay.
This is too dangerous for me.
Well,
I
everything.
just make the 1 point.
So
Yeah, I
6
think
is
that's
all
right. I think
Yeah.
that's right.
I mean, you're not getting a checker off, but your threes at play now, and you're not
Well, getting a checker off
you're filling a gap.
isn't important.
Well, it can be important, but then you know your bad. Your threes are
Now-
bad. It slows down your bear off later, right?
Now black
Also-
has rolled 6. and it's
White's
pretty much
so far ahead that
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, no. Okay, now 5-4 was the right ace there, I believe.
Yeah,
Catering to double fours instead of double threes, but not very much, obviously.
well, it's just the
And
sort
then if you roll too big, you come down to you can get 4 off of double fours.
it's just the sort of play you want to know about so that you can make it without thinking about it.
Yeah,
In the normal course of play.
Yeah,
These are
you
plays
have to
too
play
nice
for 3
to-
checkers off, right?
Yeah, I mean, these are just
When you're-
positions you know because you just want to know because they come up all the time.
Thanks to everybody for listening. The US team has now won the match. I hope you've enjoyed listening to us. Hope you've learned something along the way, and I'm going to hand it back.
Well, first of all, Chris, thanks for leading a great commentary. And Kit and Marty, so glad you could join us, as you often do. It was a great match, but I learned a ton just from the commentary alone. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We will be sending it out as soon as it's up on our YouTube channel. So look for it there. And again, thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks for supporting Women in Backgammon.
It's worth noting that if you listen to all our comments, think how many real blunders the commentators made, and these are plays we would have made at the table.
Yeah.
Except for Marty. He came too late to make any blunders.
Well, yeah, I would have made some blunders too.
Anyway, well, what do you say about that? How about a comment on that from each of you?
On what? Sorry, blunders by the commentators?
Well, yeah, like,
Yeah, I mean,
we
so whenever
make them.
yeah, whenever you play, you make mistakes. No one ever plays one game without making a mistake. The key to playing backgammon is to avoid blunders.
True.
Yeah.
well, commentators,
One game, but one match. It's true.
yeah,
But-
and people stayed 2 hours to watch it. So thank you so much, everybody.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot. It was a
Guys.
pleasure to play and a very close match. So a great pleasure to join our UK players, and particular thanks to Chris Bray. I'm sure it was fantastic commentary. I look forward to reviewing.
Enjoy listening to it back or not, as the case may be. But thanks for providing a lot of excitement and entertainment. There were some very crucial plays, and there was one play where one pip would have swung the match. So, life's like that in backgammon.
I think you'll all enjoy watching the commentary because Kit was here and Marty was here, and they didn't always agree. And as they pointed out at the end, they all made blunders. So it was a great match, and everybody stayed for 2 hours, which goes to show how great it was. So thanks for coming, everyone.
Okay,
Thank you.
see you soon.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Send me the match file, please. Okay, thanks.